Welcome to my realm. I'm Tami Jordan, and this is Butterfly Days, the podcast that proves you're not past your prime, you're living in it right now, because women don't have expiration dates. Butterfly Days is a celebration of the extraordinary potential of Gen X and Boomer women. Throughout history, women have shared wisdom to uplift and empower one another, and you're about to learn hard-earned wisdom and best-kept secrets from interesting, inspiring women. So if you're ready to embrace your butterfly season with confidence, find joy in the present, and create a legacy that matters, you're in the right place. No more holding back. Let's spread our wings now. Here we go. Welcome to my realm. This is Tami Jordan, and you're listening to Butterfly Days. You know, I keep hearing the same word lately, anxiety. And almost always, it's about AI, anxiety about what it actually means for our lives. And the fears are real that I'm hearing, and they're common, and I want to address them today. This is something we need to talk about, GenJones and Gen X, because fear makes sense when the outcome is uncertain. But uncertainty is not a reason to hide. We know this. I've got some thoughts that I think will help you reframe this whole AI conversation. And more importantly, pardon my French, help you kick ass with some cool ideas that you can actually use. I think you're going to be really surprised and pleased by listening to this. First of all, what you need to know is that AI is not a robot. It's not scary. It's not just for young tech people. Don't approach this like I need to be technical. Instead, approach it like I need to become AI literate, because AI is a thinking partner that works in language. You bring a problem, a question, or a task, and it helps you think through it, shape it, and complete it. Listen, you already adapted from rotary phones to smartphones, from card catalogs to Google, from handwritten letters to texting. So this is just the next adaptation. And like every other one, once you start, I think you're going to wonder how you ever lived without it. Can you even imagine life without GPS now? You know what I mean? The women who figured this out now will have a quiet but a significant advantage over those who don't. I'm not saying this in a fear-mongering way, just honestly. AI fluency is becoming a baseline life skill, y'all, for health, for finances, for business, for navigating systems, for advocating for yourself. And the gap between women who are using it and women who aren't is opening quietly and quickly. And here's the thing nobody is saying loudly enough to our generation. This technology is actually built for us. Why? We bring the wisdom, the context, the life experience, and AI brings speed, reach, and organization. And together, formidable things can be determined or created. Listen, AI never makes you feel dumb. You can ask the same question 17 different ways. You can seriously type in, I don't understand, explain it differently. You can admit you have no idea what something means, and it meets you exactly where you are every single time. It has infinite patience and infinite time. Your doctor has 12 minutes. Your financial advisor has an agenda. The kids, they're busy. But AI has all the time in the world, and its only job is to help you in that moment. So it levels the playing field. It doesn't care how old you are, what you look like, whether you went to the right school, or if you have the right credentials. It just helps you. For women who spent decades being overlooked or dismissed in medicine, business, and professional settings, that's genuinely radical. It removes the bottleneck of a second act. This is kind of a big deal if you're sort of thinking about a second act and you're trying to troubleshoot it or think through it and kind of feel stuck. If you want to start a business, write a book, launch a podcast, I suggest it. Create content, reinvent your career, for instance. AI can remove the barriers that used to require a whole team and a big budget. Your ideas finally have someplace to go and a way to have a coherence to how things fit together. AI is proactive, not reactive. Most of us were taught to wait until something's broke before we address it, but AI lets you get ahead of your health, your finances, your plans, and your decisions in a way that was really never accessible before. Not engaging with AI right now is like refusing to get a cell phone in '05. You can do it, but you'll feel it later, flip phone freak. The women leaning in right now are getting more organized, more informed, more prepared, and more confident in lots of areas of their lives. And that's not about being trendy. Just grosses me out, the thought of it. It's about being left behind in systems, medical, financial, professional, that are already changing around us. So here are some things that you could try in some different areas. I think you will love these ideas. Try them on for size and see what you think. Go to your AI tool, ChatGPT, for instance, Claude, Gemini, Grok, whatever you like, and try some of these questions. For instance, in the area of health and body, ask it your medical questions. You deserve to understand your own health. You know I advocate for this, and it is the truth. Ask AI to explain a diagnosis in plain language. It can decode a lab result for you or help you understand a new medication's side effects and interactions. You can walk into every appointment informed and ready. Just say something into your AI tool like, explain my recent thyroid results to me like I'm smart but not a doctor. And you cannot believe what it can tell you. Build a question list before every medical appointment. We were raised to be good patients, quiet, compliant, not too demanding. But AI gives you the words to finally show up differently. Tell it your diagnosis, your concerns, and your appointment type. Generate exactly the right questions to ask. Try something like, I'm seeing my cardiologist next week about my blood pressure. What are the 10 most important questions I should ask? Can you imagine how different your appointment would be? You can create a meal plan that's tailored to you. You tell AI your dietary restriction, your health goals, your food preferences, and what's actually in your fridge. And it can build you a real, practical meal plan. It is so cool. And then from that, it can actually make a grocery list too. Better than any app that you've ever paid for. You can try something like, I have high blood pressure, I hate salad, and I need to lower my cholesterol. Give me a 7-day meal plan that I would actually eat. Doesn't that sound so fun? Get a gentle exercise or recovery plan. If you're recovering from an injury or a surgery or just starting to move again after a long pause, AI can help you build a safe, graduated plan that meets you exactly where you are. Try something like, I'm 6 weeks post knee replacement and cleared for gentle movement. Build me a 4-week plan and recovery and see what that gives you. You can navigate menopause and hormones with this bad boy. Get clear, current, evidence-based information about HRT, perimenopause, cortisol, sleep disruption, weight gain, mood changes, whatever. All the things that your doctor may not have had time to fully explain. Try a prompt like, what are the current evidence-based recommendations for HRT for women 55 and over? And what questions should I ask my gynecologist? This is all in the medical health and body category. What about something a little deeper? You can build a personalized mindfulness or morning routine with AI, not a 25-year-old wellness influencer's routine. Yours. You tell AI your schedule, your stress points, your goals, and how much time you realistically have, and it'll build you something that actually fits your life. What you would type in is something like this. Build me a 10-minute morning mindfulness routine for a busy woman over 55 who wants more calm and more focus. I swear to you, do this. It's so cool. Even if you don't end up using it, it's just so amazing to look at. Although I do encourage you to use it, create a daily habits list. Ask AI for specific daily habits most beneficial for energy, mood, brain health, and longevity at your age and your stage. Then ask it to help you create a realistic implementation plan. Try something like, give me 7 daily habits with the strongest evidence for women over 55 wanting more energy, better sleep, and sharper thinking. Finally, how about this? It'll help you process hard decisions. Who doesn't love that? When you're facing something big, a move, a career change, a relationship decision, a health choice, AI can help you think it through clearly. Remember, it should not do your thinking, but it can help you. It asks good questions, reflects your thinking back to you, and helps you see what you actually want. Try something like this. I'm trying to decide whether to sell my home after 25 years and downsize. Help me think through all the considerations. This is a fabulous tool. What about things like advocating for yourself in a professional setting? And this is perhaps the single most powerful use of AI for women over 55 and the most underused. We were raised not to ask too many questions, not to take up too much space, not to challenge an expert. But AI gives us the prep and the words to finally show up differently in every professional room we walk into. At the doctor, we can ask questions about diagnoses, medications, test results, referrals, second opinions. With a realtor, questions about contracts, commissions, market strategy, and like even red flags. At a financial advisor, questions about fiduciary responsibilities, fees, retirement strategy, and even starting over. Visiting an attorney, ask questions for estate claims, understanding our coverage. For aging parents, assisted living tours can be gauged, dementia care, hospice decisions. The through line is that AI doesn't just answer your questions, it helps you figure out what questions to ask in the first place. And that changes everything. Because remember, the quality of your question determines the quality of your answer. Organizing your life and creative ideas. Bring your scattered notes home. Ideas on napkins can be correlated together through pictures even. You do the pictures and then you say sum it up. Voice memos, you just upload them. Make a record of this or summarize all of them. Notes in 3 apps. You can get those summarized. Stickies on the mirror. Photograph them, paste them, transcribe them, however you do it, and then dump them all into AI and ask it to find the pattern, organize themes, and tell you what you're actually trying to say. You could use a prompt like, here are all my scattered notes and ideas from the past month. Organize them into themes and tell me what I keep coming back to. How fabulous an idea is that? You can transcribe your car thoughts. You have brilliant ideas driving. I just talked to somebody about that today. Text them to yourself the moment you park. Paste them into AI weekly and ask them to help you do something with them. A prompt something like, these are voice memo transcripts from my commute this week. What ideas are worth developing and what should I do first? You could do a weekly brain dump session also for 15 minutes. Sunday morning, coffee in hand, paste everything in and ask AI to help you sort, prioritize, and plan your week. Your whole week and your vision gets so much clearer. Try something like this as the prompt. Here are all my ideas, my to-do list, my half-finished thoughts from this week. Help me organize them and identify my top 3 priorities. I mean, can you even imagine how much easier that would be? It'd be like having an assistant. I feel like I could use an assistant. So, what about get great recommendations instantly for books, movies, podcasts, documentaries curated for women who actually have lived something? No algorithm required, no doom scrolling, no 45 minutes deciding on nothing. Just try a prompt like, give me 10 books loved by women over 50 who want strong female protagonist, rich storytelling, and no slow starts. You can plan trips that actually fit your life. Tell AI your budget, your pace, your interest, and your physical needs, and it will build you a trip itinerary better than most travel agents. No offense, travel agents. I do love a good travel agent. Try a prompt something like, plan a 10-day Italy trip for two women over 60 who love food, art, and culture, but need a slower pace and no more than 2 activities a day. You can write anything with confidence now. Emails, bios, cover letters, social captions, thank you notes, complaint letters, negotiation language. Tell AI your tone and your situation and let it draft. Then you can edit and boom, you got something good. Try a prompt like, help me write a professional bio for my new coaching business. AI is not your doctor, your lawyer, or your financial advisor. Let's be clear. It's your preparation. It's your research assistant. It is the thing that helps you walk into every room informed, armed with the right questions, and ready to advocate for yourself. Always take what you learn to the real professionals, but now you can walk in knowing what to ask. Finally, you're not behind. You're exactly on time. The best moment to learn AI was a year ago, and the second best moment is right now. Being left behind isn't just inconvenient. It will shrink your world and your agency, you guys. You don't have to allow that. You have the power at your fingertips. You have the wisdom. AI has the speed. And together, you're unstoppable. So, what are some things that you could do with pictures in AI? I'm going to tell you those quickly because I think you will love this. You can upload a picture into AI, for instance, in your garden, photograph an unknown plant, find out instantly if it's toxic to you or to pets, how to care for it, or how to get rid of it. You can diagnose why your plant looks so sad and what you should do about it. On your body, you can photograph a skin change, a rash, a mole that looks different, a bruise that won't go away. You can get an informed, plain language explanation of what that might be and whether or not it warrants a doctor visit. This is not a replacement for your dermatologist, but a really smart first opinion on whether to make that appointment. At the pharmacy or the grocery store, you can photograph a medication label and ask AI to explain the instructions, the warnings, or the interactions in plain English. You can snap a nutrition label and ask whether it fits with your dietary goals. You can photograph a supplement and ask if it's actually worth taking for your specific health concerns. You could identify a bird at your feeder, a spider, insect, or mushroom to find out if it's dangerous. You can identify a snake in your garden, which I personally wouldn't be there long enough to be able to identify the snake. But if you guys can, you should totally do it. You can photograph a menu in another language and get an instant translation and explanation. You can photograph a dish and get the likely ingredients. This can be critical for women managing allergies or dietary restrictions. Around the house, you can photograph a stain and ask how to remove it. You can photograph a piece of furniture or art and ask about its style, its era, its potential value. You can photograph a crack in your wall or plumbing issue and ask whether it's serious. You can photograph something in an estate sale or a thrift store and ask what it is and what it might be worth. How cool would that be? You can photograph a pill that your mom can't identify and finally figure out what it is. You can photograph a wound or a skin change that might concern you. See something that you don't recognize? Point, shoot, ask, and you'll have the answer before you finish your coffee. AI sees what you see and it tells you what it means. And that's one of the most important tools about it. As with any tool, you need to be wise. Useful rule of thumb here is treat AI like a conversation in a coffee shop so you stay impersonal. Most AI sources use conversion data to keep you and your information safe. But this rule of thumb is important. Never put into AI social security numbers, passwords or account numbers, and sensitive legal or financial documents if they have identifying info. You need to black that out if you're going to submit to ask any questions. Now that you have that kind of inspiration and information, I want to offer you my benediction. May you use every tool available to you, not just technology, but wisdom, community, and the hard-won experience of a life fully lived to improve your lot and that of those you love. May you refuse to let fear be the thing that stops you. May you never mistake your decades of experience for a liability. In a world drowning in data, your depth of knowing is your greatest advantage. May you stay curious until your last breath, because a learning mind is a living mind. May you stand proud. You've navigated several of the fastest shifting moments in human history, and you're still here, still adapting, still becoming. Hold this truth close. We have always been the generations who survived the big transitions. This is just another one. And may you remember, every ending is also a doorway. Walk through it. And remember, I'm rooting for you. I'm so grateful you listened to this episode. I hope it was a real value to you. If there's a sister in your life who needs this message, please share it, just like women have done to lift each other up over the centuries and across cultures. Women lifting each other is so important. It's why I do this work. And to avoid FOMO and keep up leveling your own life, make sure you don't miss the next episode. You may be losing hormones, but your life has given you powerful perspective. And I believe you have something to give that no one else does, that the world needs. So remember, I'm rooting for you. Let's go.